So we will start the episode with former Commander Kier boarding a very old looking freighter. And the ex commander is met by the gentleman right here. Ah, you must be Commander Kier.
Yes, well, former comedic here. Just here.
Ah, Kier. Well, welcome aboard to our happy little ship.
Thank you for taking me on board on such short notice.
It's a rather unusual request, but we're happy to oblige. Well, I won't pry about your past or where you're going. If you follow me, I'll show you to your quarters.
Yeah. Thank you. It's appreciated.
We're a fairly small crew. We're a tight knit crew, but I'm sure after a few days they'll start to grow on you. We'll give you one of our guest rooms here.
I
It's nothing
uh,
fancy. I'm sure it's not up to the standards of those fancy Federation ships.
it'll do just fine. Thank you.
Got a computer access right there if you need anything. Map of the ship. Mess hall served at 1900 hours.
And do you know when we'll be arriving at the Ritra colony?
Should be a few days still. Things not as fast as she used to be.
I'm used to long voyages.
Well, we might not have the amenities that you're used to, but if you're up for roughing it, but feel free to explore the ship while you're away, meet with the crew. You know, I don't see you causing us too much trouble here.
I'll be sure to stay out of your way while I'm on board.
Very good. Come find me if you need anything.
Thank you, Captain.
All right. Is there anything you'd wish to do in your new home?
I think I shall just unpack a few things and wait on our journey.
Alrighty. So we will head to the Artemis. Captain's log, stardate 48324.6. We just completed a rendezvous with the Sonia Cruz, where Commander Kerr departed on a civilian freighter after requesting an expedited transfer. Now we could finally focus on our next mission, a task that is far from routine. Starfleet has assigned the Artemis to assist in the search and potential rescue of several missing ships in the Badlands, including the USS Voyager, USS Equinox, and the Maquis vessel the Valjean. This region is infamous for its volatile and unpredictable plasma storms, not to mention the shadowy activities of the Maquis. The mission ahead will be dangerous, but we are determined to uncover what has happened to those vessels. As we embark on this mission, I find myself eager to work with the crew of the USS Artemis. They seem to be a well trained and highly capable team. I do have some concerns about my initial introduction to the crew. Perhaps I was a bit too stern. It's a regret I carry, and I hope it hasn't set the wrong tone. Moving forward, my priority is to foster a sense of trust and collaboration so that we can work together to ensure the success of this mission. End log. Ooh, I forgot to put Walden's character up. Wherever your station is going to be.
I can't seem to move my character. Yeah, I guess I'd be sitting there.
Let me see what the ownership's looking like. Oh, all players observer. So let me double check the ownership. What's your name in game?
Like my character name or my account name?
Account name, I guess.
I don't know actually. Oh,
Is it this Sam Waring?
yeah, that'd be me.
All right, try it now.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, sometimes the permissions got messed up somehow for a few of the characters I noticed. Alrighty, so Captain gave the log. You just arrive at the outskirts of the Badlands. Shields raised, tensions are high. Everyone's walking on eggshells around the new captain after his rather explosive introduction. And we'll set the scene there.
So just point of clarification, because last session I think we had time to launch the probes that we have manufactured, but should we take that back and launch them now instead?
Yeah, that probably makes more sense.
Yeah, cool.
Or at least maintain the setting of the probes, probably.
Yep.
I mean, you could always replicate more probes, I guess.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Ricks, we still have those probes ready and available?
They are ready to be launched, sir, on your command.
Commander Walden, have you been brought up to speed?
Hi, sir. I've been doing my reading on the little information we have on this area.
Any dangers we should watch out for?
Certainly, there are some, with the loss of a number of ships here recently. But our information is so limited. Yeah, it's difficult to make a solid recommendation on how we should proceed. All I can recommend is that we continue with extreme caution and maintain a high level of readiness.
I concur. Lieutenant Ricks, how are the shields? Are they ready?
Shields at 100%, sir.
All right, does everyone feel ready for this?
Yes, Captain.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ensign Walker, bring us in. Nice and easy.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're going to be doing a nice long search of the Badlands, and I figure one of the things we're going to do is we're probably going to have an extended task con roll. I'll put this in both Discord and Roll20, since I don't have one of those fancy charts or know how to make them. So it's going to be an extended task. Controller daring with your con, difficulty 2. Definitely assisted by the ship's engine's con. Work track B12, resistance of 2.
Can I get a assist from, say, someone monitoring the sensors?
You sure can.
Oh, this will be their second activation.
I believe they get something then.
Let's just impulse Kai.
Old is good.
I will give you a threat. Also, is the ship assisting?
Yeah, engine's con. And then you'll probably get an assist from Commander Walden here, looking at the sensors.
Helm operations for focus?
Yep.
Sorry, what was my role for the assist?
Yours will probably be reason science.
Sensor ops for focus.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, looks like you get 2 momentum out of it. So right now you are doing 2 work.
It's just gonna stand.
Okay. So you start making your way into the Badlands. So far, all the shield modifications are holding up. You're not running into anything surprising. Commander Carter's mapping all the ion storms and plasma burst and such. So you're able to navigate around those. But it is slow going. And so far, there's no trace of any ships or anything like that on sensors. So many numbers. The captain will speak up. Anything on sensors, Commander?
Nothing yet, Captain. Although the course seems to be clear so far.
Are shields and structural integrity still holding up, Lieutenant?
Do I detect a change, or is it the same?
It looks the same. Still holding.
We're at fine status, Captain.
All right, I see no reason to not keep going. Helm, let's go in further. Let's head to search grid 58 Delta.
Hi, sir. Moving to new search grid.
Redirecting probes.
I will give you another threat.
Wow. Yeah, it's not like you're going to be drowning in momentum after this. Yeah, well, then you still get your assist.
So just to remind, we did make a trade from the sensor probe, so just so that comes into the rolling if it applies.
Yep. I believe I said it gave an advantage, low difficulty or something like that.
Probably.
Oh, come on, Dice. You want it to be a 13. That's 5 successes.
We'll spend 4 of the momentum gain for 2 extra words, so that puts us at 4 more what? So total 6
Okay.
work done.
Yep. Yeah, 1 sec. I'm gonna send that to our science officer. Walden, you got the message I sent?
Nope, let me take a look. There we go. He will call it on the bridge. Captain, I'm detecting a massive plasma storm ahead, with a high degree of volatility. The unpredictable surges of energy could present a severe risk to the ship.
I'll stop.
Answering all stop.
Let's get sensors on that. Can we go around it?
And Walden will attempt to tune the sensors to find a safe passage.
All right, go ahead and give me reason or insight with science. Because of the probes, this is actually going to be a difficulty 0, assisted by sensors and science.
Sensor operations for a focus?
Yeah.
Did you say difficulty 2?
0.
Okay. Then I will rule that.
Just because the probes are giving you an advantage here. And then just need the ship. Bank 4. There you go.
Sir, this is one of the largest plasma storms I've ever encountered. We could go around it, but it would be a substantial detour and add a lot of time onto this mission. There is the possibility of going through it and attempting to bolster the ship, but it would be a risky course of action.
What's everyone's thoughts?
Well,
Can
sir,
I
there's no use to the ships that are missing if we get ourselves destroyed trying to find them. Starfleet's already down 2 ships from this mess.
I'd like to make a risk analysis and see if I can see how badly the ship would be affected by the storm.
Go ahead and give me insights. Probably insight engineering, insider reason.
Okay. Can I argue for security, because this is basically checking hull and shield strength?
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
Thank you. What's the difficulty?
We'll call this 2.
Mm-hmm. Would shipboard tactical systems apply as focus?
I don't think so.
Does the ship assist?
No.
Okay. I'll take a momentum. Why not? Not using focus. 3 dice. 2.
Oh, you got it. Did you give me a threat or use a momentum?
Momentum.
Okay. It's not like you're hurting for it right now.
No, I know.
All right. So you begin to give your risk analysis, and here I'll just type it out here.
Mm-hmm.
For the role play.
Captain, according to my analysis, I believe it would be possible for us to navigate through the storm. However, there are some unexpected variables or unpredicted variables we need to plan for ahead of time. I believe it could be done, though.
I'm open to suggestions, people. What do you guys think? Should we do the safe move and go around, or do we want to go through it?
Well, we're here to find people in need of aid. And every second they wait could mean disaster for them. I think we should go.
I've already said my piece, sir. My opinion stands.
You think we should go around it?
Aye, sir, there's no sense in losing a third ship. We have so little information to go off to begin with.
Commander Kane, you have a good grasp of the sensor readings. What's your opinion?
Is the bridge calling down to engineering?
I figure you probably have an open comm line here.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, Kane will wing it. Sir, I'm confident in the ship's ability to weather the storm if we need to. I think we should be able to handle it.
Keep very close eye on the ship's systems, Commander. We'll follow Lieutenant Rix's advice here. Ensign Walker, take us in.
Aye, Captain.
Boosting power to shields and structural integrity.
And she'll take the Artemis in.
All right, go ahead and give me a daring or control con. So it'll be a diff 2 complication 2.
All right. So control con. Helm operations for focus.
Yep.
Awesome. And what is she? She's bold, so take threats. And then, yeah, it's probably pretty bad if we don't succeed here. So, threat plus 2 momentum or 2 extra dice.
Did you say 2 moment?
Yeah, 1 threat, 2 momentum. And it looks like.
And then we just need the ship's engines con.
Yeah, let me get the ship real quick.
All right, gain 1 momentum back. As the ship starts making its way through the storm, the ship's shark starts to shake violently as the ship enters into red alert. As sparks start flying above from some of the panels above some of the count. The ship seemed to have run into and intercepted an unexpected density in the plasma storm. Report.
We've encountered a dense eddy. Trying to compensate with shields.
Give me control security. We'll call this diff 2.
Will Starship Tactical Systems apply as focus here?
Yeah, I'll give this to you.
I'll give you a threat for bold. Take that.
4 successes. Gain 2.
Shield successfully boosted. Should make this trip a little bit easier.
And the shaking of the ship just subsides to just a slight tremor. Good job, Lieutenant. Some quick thinking back there.
Thank you, Captain.
Walden, I sent you something too.
Captain, we're picking up a potential debris field on sensors.
Can you pinpoint it?
Triangulating the position now.
Go ahead and give me a reason or control science. I'm going to make this a difficulty 3.
Sensor ops for focus.
Yep.
Which
And then you'll
momentum?
be assisted
We're
by
full momentum, so
you'll be assisted by sensor science, and actually it will be still a difficulty 2 because I keep forgetting the sensor probes. So it's a diff 2.
take a threat and 2 momentum, and I'll roll 4 dice.
What is with
Wow!
this?
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Then you get the ship, which I believe you have advanced sensors, so that you roll 2 dice for the assist.
That is sensors science. Is that a 2E?
Yeah. Instead of lowering the difficulty for advanced sensors, you roll to assist. Gain 6, so I think you have 4 float.
Yeah, so can I get like can I just, I guess, try and, I've got so much float, I'm trying to think how much information I can milk out of this.
As of right now, you definitely know where the debris is coming from.
Can I identify the debris, like construction material, Federation, otherwise?
That, there is still too much interference that you wouldn't be able to learn that.
Okay.
But with all the threat with all the momentum you got, I will just say you probably have to bring a piece aboard.
Okay. And could I detect any like transmissions in the area or something, like maybe a distress beacon or anything left over that might be transmitting for another float?
You surmise that if anything was there, this plasma storm would probably have destroyed it or rendered it inoperable.
With another float, can I? Do I have I charted a safe course to the debris that I can offer to the helm?
I'll with two of the float, I'll let you create that trait that you found a safe passage to forego the roll.
So that'd be all 4 float, right?
Yeah.
Use them all for questions. Okay, perfect. Then he'll report up. Captain, I've located the debris field. I'm not able to get any more information on it, but I have charted a safe path there.
Very good, Commander. Good work. Ensign, let's go get this debris.
Aye, Captain. And yeah, she'll go in for it.
All right, be right back. 1 second.
I'm also gonna run to the washroom.
Seems like a good time for that. I'll be right back too.
Bio break.
Everyone get all shook up from the bridge shake.
I think everyone was so shook up that he needed to go to the loo.
Let me see if this thing works. Is it shaking for you?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Kier did a lot more work with macros and stuff.
The question is which degree on the scale is it though? Because if it's above an 8, someone has to fall down. What I learned from interviews. On a scale of 1 to 10.
I am back.
But probably a 10. What you posted in Discord.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Didn't know if I lost you guys.
Can you hear me now?
We can.
I thought I lost the voice for a minute. All right, so Walden's back. And if before I got distracted, you guys just sent the location of the debris to the helm.
Yep.
All right, so I think we'll pick up there with the helm just getting the coordinates to debris.
Alrighty. Yeah, she'll key in the coordinates and make her way, slowly and safely towards the debris.
Yep, following the flight path that Walden made, you didn't have to make very many deviations to that flight path, as he was able to predict it fairly well. You get to within transporter range of the debris.
Captain, we should be within transporter range.
All right, very good. Engineering, let's get the pieces beamed aboard one of the labs so you can start looking at it. Try to identify it.
Understood. We'll get on it, Captain. Alrighty. Yeah, guess they'll attempt to beam over a piece.
Now I got to do math here.
Yay.
I don't remember what transporter roles are anymore.
I think it's control engineering.
Yeah, it's just they changed how the math is done for them.
Uh-huh.
And now I got to remember where it's at in the rules. Index should have where it is, right?
I just posted in Discord the difficulties.
I believe this is not on a pad and it is not going to a pad, so this will be difficulty 2. Control engineering, I believe, and I believe it is still sensors engineering for the assist.
We don't have a dedicated transporter character, do we? Yeah. Okay. Looks like.
I mean, you could do it from engineering.
Yeah, that is true. I was just trying to look for somebody with a focus in transporters. Yeah, I'll ask May to beam it over.
Gardner is the transporter chief.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'll ask him too. Even though it's like technically he'd have a smaller role, but oh well. So yeah, I'll ask Gardner to go ahead and beam it over.
I'm also not sure, because of the new supporting character rules, I'm not sure if you could actually. I think everyone already is playing a character in the scene, so I don't think you could activate them and use them like that.
That is correct. technically he's not supposed to malfert Kane currently if he's playing Walker.
Well, he was playing Walker for you because you had to step away, so that's
Yeah.
that was okay. So I think Mr. Engineer has to do it.
Alrighty. Yeah.
Do some cheating, why don't you?
I know.
I mean,
In the-
you could use your presence engineering to order them to do it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I would still probably just do control engineering. I was just looking for focus. Let's see here. Yeah,
I mean, you have 6 momentum. I think
that is fair.
I think
That
it
is
is
fair.
not an issue.
That is fair. Yeah. All right, we'll go for it. He has bold engineering to take a threat, and then he'll burn 2 momentum. It's to get that extra 2 dice total. That was just 3. I'd like to roll 1 more.
You have bold, right?
I do. Yeah.
And then sensors engineering, I believe. I believe that's still the ship part.
He'll just reroll that last one. No change. And where's the shove?
And then you get 1 more dice for the ship because sensors, you have advanced sensors.
That's right.
No help, but you
Literally
gain a
nothing.
momentum.
Yeah.
Did you hear it that time?
Mm-hmm.
I did not.
I heard it
heard
very
you.
loudly and clear.
Yes.
I'll play it again just to be sure.
Heard it that time.
Okay. I just, instead of using the macro, I just played the sound itself. Okay, yes, you have the debris on board.
So he'll communicate up to the captain. Captain, we have the debris. We're beginning our analysis.
All right, very good.
And
Do I have... All right, so we'll head to engineering. Just because I don't really have a lab at the moment, engineering will do. You just finished beaming the debris into engineering. This is where I'll waive the crew support requirement, so if anybody wanted to take any of the other engineers here to help facilitate roleplay and the whatnot, have at it.
Alrighty. So Kane will have the engineering crew gather around. I'm assuming that we beamed it to like a containment facility or something like that. Probably just not in the middle of engineering, but so he'll ask the crew to come over and they'll start conducting some scans and some tests on it, try to discover the material and see if it matches any known ship materials in the database.
All right, give me an insider reason with engineering. Since you guys keep giving me threat, I'll make this a difficulty 3.
Righty. Cool. So no focuses. Yeah, I'll just actually run the exact same thing I did last time. 1 threat and 2 momentum. See how that goes.
Ooh. Very nice roll.
Not bad.
Except for that one.
I was about to say, you'd like to re-roll that complication.
I mean, you do have bold. What is going on with this dice roller today?
Nice.
Yes.
I mean, if anybody would like to assist, feel
Nice.
free. But
No, just to spare the GM. Not going to.
yeah, we won't run the risk of another complication. So
All right, where are you at? There you go. There's going to be quite a bit.
okay, cool.
All right, I think that's a good point. Since you guys have a bunch of float, probably. Yeah, you gained 4, so I think you're maxed out and at 1 float.
Mm-hmm.
Unless somebody wants to assist and try to get more, but
If anybody's feeling lucky, feel free to. All right, cool.
I'm good.
Yeah, should have enough momentum. So you'll look at the readouts. Well, it's obvious that this is not a Federation design. To be made of composites that match Cardassian ship designs. This is interesting. So GM, can they determine what class of Cardassian ship it was?
for a momentum, I'll give you that.
Yeah, sure. All right, cool. And then I'm assuming they could potentially determine, based on the debris, if they were destroyed by like the plasma storm, or yeah, basically just trying to rule out any other cause for destruction other than the plasma storm.
I will give that for another moment.
I will take it. Ah, that's what I was wanting to rule out. That's interesting. So yeah, Kane will speak up to the rest of his engineering team. Well, it doesn't look like a warship. Looks to be some type of freighter. And I'm not sure if you're seeing the same thing I am, but looks like this freighter could have been destroyed by energy weapons, potentially. Phasers, disruptors. Certainly not by natural forces. All right, team. Unless anyone wants to dig in a bit further on a few other paths, we might have what we need here.
You're the chief.
Alrighty.
Is there any residue from the debris still left that we can analyze what weapon was used?
Good suggestion. Let's dig in a bit more. GM, can we determine what weapon was used?
You could either, I'll give you the option. You could give me a momentum or you could roll.
We have 6 left.
I believe you're actually at 5 because
Gotcha.
I gave you had 2 questions. Yeah, I believe you're at 5.
Gotcha. Yeah, let's just use another momentum.
I'll put this in Discord. I did put the info in Discord.
Yeah. GM, do we think we could determine anything else about that weapon system? We know it's Federation style, but could we determine if it matches like known styles of Federation ships, or is that a little too deep?
Like, I don't think you'd be able to recognize, because like correct me if I'm wrong, but like my thought is like phaser arrays are phaser arrays and they're interchangeable, so you couldn't trace it back to a certain ship. You know, like phaser banks are phaser banks.
Yeah,
I could be wrong though.
No.
Phasers are phasers. I don't think you can tell if they're coming from a cannon or array or something like that, but you can definitely differentiate if it's disruptor or a phaser weapon.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, thank you so much, team. I enjoyed your support on this. Love the cheering. Kane will tap his comm badge. Engineering to bridge.
Go ahead, engineering.
Captain, me and the team have finished our analysis. Well, looks like the debris is consistent with the material used in Cardassian ship designs. Doesn't look like it was a Cardassian warship, very likely a Cardassian freighter. And, well, sir, the ship wasn't destroyed by natural forces. Based on our analysis, it looks like it could have been a Federation-style weapon system.
Well, I guess that means we know what happened to this ship. Thoughts, everyone?
Captain, it could be the Maquis. We're pretty close to disputed Federation Cardassian territory, and I wouldn't put it past them to attack Cardassian ships to antagonize. This sounds like their memo.
The vessel could also be Maquis. It wouldn't be unheard of for them to commandeer a vessel.
Good points, all of you. One thing is for sure, though, these are not the ships we're looking for. But it is concerning that if this is the Maquis, they might be amping up their activity.
The question is what a Cardassian freighter would be doing within the Badlands. I wouldn't think this would be a common trade route for your average civilian cargo transport.
Could be a good smuggling route, potentially.
Exactly.
You can survive.
I think in the meantime, though, Commander Walden, log the location of this debris.
Aye, sir.
In the meantime, though, I think it prudent to carry on our search for our own missing ships. Let's hope they did not reach the same fate as this. There's nothing more for nothing more. Ensign, let's continue our search.
Yes, Captain.
All right. We will head back to the ship that is known as the Sonia Cruise. We'll enter a new scene. I'm not sure what everyone's able to see on this, however.
I can see Kier in a room.
Okay. Let me get the scene set up. All right, Commander, several days have passed. Okay, cool. Several days have passed, and you are in the what constitutes their mess hall here, enjoying a rather nice meal for the circumstances, with several members of the freighter crew. When you overhear a conversation between the Bolian Hawkinzol, and we'll have this guy Max Grant there as well. The Bolian will speak up. What's everyone think about this Maquis situation? Another person will speak up. What do you mean? It's kind of a nice notion, isn't it? People living on the edge of frontier, dictating their own rules, sticking it to authority. Another person will speak up. Isn't that dangerous, though? Aren't they playing with fire, pissing off so many different governments? He will speak up. But isn't that the nice thing, to live on your own terms?
the price for freedom can be high.
And what say you here? What do you think of the Maquis?
I guess it depends on your viewpoint of the Maquis. And they're definitely fighters for a cause, that's for sure. Several of them are actually former Starfleets.
Much like you, huh?
Oh, I'm definitely not Maquis. While I do have my disagreements with Starfleet, well, certain individuals, that is, I have chosen to live my own, or walk my own path from now on.
The Tellurite will speak up. I guess that's why a lot of us are out here.
Being out here on the fringes of space, it does have its appeal. And rewards.
Rewards. There's not much rewards in this life. Just whatever meager pay the captain gives you.
But think of all the wonderful places you get to visit.
You mean look out of a window and wave goodbye to it as it passes you.
Well, I was referring to your destinations, but yeah, that's probably the downside of all of it. Get to look at stars far too often.
Still, there's nowhere I'd rather be. Serving on this bucket of bolts with all of you morons. And you kind of, the rest of the group kind of gives a chuckle at that, like a lighthearted laugh. So, what's your story? It's not every day a commander leaves a cushy Starfleet position to join the likes of us.
Well, it is rather personal, but I don't mind telling it. Um, my former command officer took another cushy job, and the new the new command officer had it in for me. And as we got into an argument, I hit him. So as a result, I would most likely have been court-martialed. So I chose to resign, at least with some of my dignity intact.
You hit your commanding officer. That's something a Tellerate would definitely do. I like this one. The Bolian will speak up. How are you settling in?
You know, the vessel's growing on me.
Would not be surprised if the captain tries to recruit another wayward soul.
Well, I am booking passage, so I'm just here until you get to the Reacher colony. I guess you're dropping off those medical supplies. Am I understanding?
Yes, medical supplies, some refined lithium crystals.
I'm sure the colony will sure appreciate that. They've been in a dire situation for a while, from my understanding.
Well, that's why we're here. We live to serve the ungrateful peoples of frontier colonies. The Tellarite will speak.
And that is a noble goal.
Nothing noble about it. It's just a living.
Even so, you might take some gratitude in that work that you're doing. Knowing that others are being helped with just a simple cargo run.
Oh, sure. You know how they show their gratitude? With hard-earned gold-pressed latinum, am I right, people? And again, he gets like a hearty chuckle out of people. Although I suppose you Federation types wouldn't know anything about gold-pressed latinum, would you?
Well, I do have a little stockpile that I am paying your captain, so.
A stockpile, you say? I think maybe we should teach the commander here some poker. Maybe we can earn that gold pressed latinum stash from you.
It's been a while since I played poker. I wouldn't mind cleaning you guys out. But you sure you want to go down this route?
I mean, what do you have to lose other than your hard earned money?
Fair enough.
It's settled then. 2,200 hours. Meet back here. Bring your money.
All right. And she picks up her dish and heads it over to the recycler or whatever. See all of you in a couple hours.
Looking forward to it. Right. Is there anything you wish to do or you maybe would have done in the couple of days it's been traveling aboard the ship?
Are you talking to Artemis crew now?
No. I'm talking to Kier.
Okay. That cargo bay door scares the life out of me every time.
What, is it just loud or something?
It's loud and super sudden, so
Probably go to the cargo bay area and look, kind of see if they're really carrying what they say they're carrying.
Although I think you went to the the overflow quarters.
I'm sorry, I did. I'm getting lost. She would kind of do this when they're asleep, though. So
Okay. Actually, I do have a scene for that, so I'll come back to it.
okay, and then should just be in her little cabin.
All right, cool. Okay. Here we are. Okay. I had to see where I'm at in my notes. All right, we'll head back to the Artemis. This will be a new scene. All right. So aboard the Artemis, it has been a few days since the last significant event. 3 days to be exact. The Artemis is navigating through the Badlands, the chaotic plasma storm swirling outside the ship's viewport. The crew is working diligently to sift through the dense and turbulent environment, their focus always being on locating any signs of the missing ships. When suddenly, Commander Walden's console starts flashing with irregular sensor readings. Oh, he went to the bathroom, didn't he?
Yeah. Seems so.
That means I might have to read that again when he comes back. Boo. All right, actually, I'll just switch when this happens. Well, not switch. I'll just do this before the ship then, since we're waiting on Walden. So, Kier, you are able to finally slip away. Um,
Yeah, she's gonna head in to see if the cargo door is locked.
it is locked.
They should tend to bypass the lock. At least covertly.
All right. This will probably be a control or daring with security. Trying to do it covertly. I'll probably give this a diff 2 then.
I will. I'll give you 2 threat and I'll spend 1 moment to roll 4 dice.
I do enjoy threat.
We take infiltration as a focus.
I believe I will.
Yeah. Wow. My goodness. We take a determination spend on throughout the handbook and root my own.
If you'd like,
Or-
or this could succeed at cost, whichever you'd like.
I already have a complication, so I want to get rid of that. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll reward 3 days.
Okay. All right, you gain 1. The door seems to have a little bit more of encryption than you'd expect from a cargo ship this size, so it takes you a little longer to break through it, but you are able to get in.
She wants to scan the cargo. To check its contain or let their actual carry.
All right. This will just probably be insight con diff 1 maybe.
Spend a momentum. Ready? All these high rolls.
It had to come around to me eventually. This could succeed at cost.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So you begin scanning the cargo that is in this room. And this is what you get. That is what is in this room.
Oh, she sighs. Not wanting to press her luck, she's gonna go back in, relock the door. And it's, I guess, slowly head back down to, I guess, hide. Before she's seen.
All right. Hide where?
under the deck plating, I guess.
All right.
Assuming she hears footsteps.
Yep, you do hear footsteps coming down. And it is actually the first office. We'll probably have to do an opposed test here to see if he notices you. I believe you're setting the difficulty here. So it's probably going to be, probably daring security, I think.
Infiltration for focus.
Yes.
I will spend their momentum.
I'll spend 3 of these lovely threat you guys keep giving me. I thought there was something down here. And then he stopped. He walks on the plank that's right above you. You know, Kier, if you wanted to check the cargo so badly, all you had to do was ask.
Uh, well, I suppose the gig is up. How much platinum do you want?
Well, I think 2 bars ought to cover it.
$2 bars. Wait. For 2 bars, it can make you an informant.
I got some debts to pay off to this greedy little Ferengi on Deep Space Nine. Think 2 bars will cover my debt?
I find 2 bars, but you keep your mouth shut about this. And you tell me where this cargo's going.
How about you help me with some of the cargo? Take an inventory.
Well, it sounds appropriate.
So let me ask you a question, former Commander Kier.
Go ahead.
Now, I'm not going to pretend like I'm an idiot here. I know we're bringing cargo that may or may not be on the official ship's manifest.
If you're asking if we have a job, the answer is no, you won't. Not here to bust your captain. This isn't really Federation space to begin with. Now is it?
Just seems odd that a certain Starfleet officer conveniently boards our ship in the middle of our cargo run. Seems awfully suspicious, does it not?
I suppose if you look at it that way. Like I said, I do have my reasons.
It's one thing I don't quite understand, and maybe you could shed some light on this. What's Starfleet's stance on these Maquis characters?
At present, they're officially terrorists. However, he has no plans to hunt them down unless they pose a threat to the Federation. Or have committed
Terror.
crimes.
Well, there's several aboard this ship who would not see the Maquis in that terrorist light you just spoke.
Well, I do understand that, and I do understand their sentiments. Not everyone was happy with the treaty that was signed.
What about your stance? What do you think about the Maquis?
I would like to do a reading on him to see what his motives are.
What kind of reading?
Not like an invasive one, but one like on his surface thoughts. Like how he thinks of the Maquis.
I think that's what you were trying to get.
Personally, I think the tree was a disaster, and it put a lot of Federation citizens at unneedless risk. Yeah, you caught me. I'm here to figure what's going on, but to be honest, I could care less. Starfleet's been pulling my strings for far too long. And they're trying to pull mine again.
Give me a presence command. Diff 2, and I'm going to make this comp 2.
Deception for focus.
Yes.
Take a threat.
4. Gain 2. I think there's many around here who would share your sentiments. I will level something with you. We are not on our way to a frontier colony. We are, in fact, going to meet up with a buyer.
How lucrative on who take it.
The very best.
Well, I would like to meet him, maybe. Maybe he might untangle my strings.
Perhaps you'll get the opportunity. And from what I hear, he's always looking for good troops to fill his ranks.
Maybe so. See at poker? I guess I gotta lose a little over 2 barrel of cold pressed latinum tonight. To you, I assume.
And should that happen, I believe my lips will be sealed.
Very well. See you at poker.
All right. Now we'll head back to the Artemis because I think everybody's back. Right, everybody's here?
Yep, I'm here.
Yep.
Alrighty, I'll read my deal. Alright, so it has been about 3 days since you uncovered the Cardassian ship debris. The Artemis is still navigating through the Badlands, with chaotic plasma storms swirling outside the ship's viewport, almost at all times. The crew is working diligently to sift through the dense and turbulent environment, your focus on locating any signs of the missing ships. When Commander Walden's console suddenly starts flashing with irregular sensor readings.
He'll try to quickly decipher the readings. Oh. Captain, I'm encountering some unusual sensor echoes. It appears as though they're bouncing off the plasma storms and distorting our sensor equipment.
That seems odd.
If it's an echo, there must be a source. Can he try to triangulate the source of the echo?
Give me a science, reason, or insight science, difficulty 1. I guess with the trade, I guess this would be a difficulty 0.
Okay. Take a threat. And I'm gonna use my bold if I need to. get some more momentum back.
One threat, you said?
Yes. So I'm gonna re-roll one. Oh, and I used sensor operations.
Yep.
Okay, that wouldn't have made a difference.
Just need the ship sensor science. And don't forget it's 2 dice.
I'm gonna do a re-roll there. 3. The ship. Sensors. Science.
Alright, well, you gain 3.
Captain, I believe this is an intentional effort to scramble our sensors. It's not just random interference, there's a noticeable pattern, as though the signals are being deliberately manipulated in order to bounce through the plasma storms and create false data.
What's your hypothesis?
Well, the Maquis are operating in the area. It's possible that they have developed some sort of new sensor jamming technique. Perhaps I can try and reverse engineer the interference and find the source.
Go ahead, give it a try.
Cool, so yeah, if there's a pattern, I guess he'll try to decode it to see if he can establish where it might be originating.
Okay, so this is probably going to be a difficulty 2, complication 2. In order to try to... So you're trying to pinpoint where it's coming from, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Diff 2, Comp 2. Assisted by the ship's sensors and science, and then with your probes, this will actually be a Diff 1.
And it was recent science?
Yeah, and I could probably give an assist to Rix here, because I believe you are using the sensors, so you probably get the assist here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sensor operations for focus?
Yep.
Let's just roll it plain. Perfect. Ship. And then Rixicus.
What could I assist with?
You could probably use like reason or control with security, because you're either trying to analyze what the sensors data is giving you, or you're controlling the sensors to make it easier. Either way.
Ship or tactical systems focus apply?
Sure.
Rolling.
Damn, a 15 success. So you gain 3. Working together, both Commander Walden and Lieutenant Rix, you're able to pinpoint the location where you believe that the signal is originating from, but you're still having cutting through the interference.
Captain, I've pinpointed a general location of the source of the interference. But a more exact reading is not possible with the intensity of the plasma storms in this area.
What are our options, people?
Well, sir, I recommend we go and eliminate this technique the Maquis are using. It will disrupt trade and travel through the system, and it could potentially be the cause of our missing ships.
Eliminate it how, Lieutenant?
Seek out and destroy, sir. Whatever technique they're using. They must have some form of base of operation or satellite. Something that's emitting this signal or dampening field.
What do you think, Commanders Kane and Holden?
Well, sir, it does seem like the jamming would be a danger to any ships in the area. I do concur with Rix that could be the cause of many of our ships missing and probably others. I do wonder if, well, I mean, I can't speak for certain, but we're able to do a bit more research on it. I do wonder if we could disable it through non-violent means, sir. Can't make any promises, but we could see what we could do.
As it stands, sir, I think that this is our best lead into what happened to the ship that we found the debris from and our own ships. It's certainly worth investigating further. And we're well equipped for any trouble.
All right, so just so the GM understands, it's almost like 3 different options. So Rix's option is basically shoot the torpedoes at it.
We'll sneak out and eliminate it at the very least.
Okay. Kane, what was your plan?
Something similar, essentially. Seek it out, but see if there's a non-violent means of shutting it down or disabling it.
Disable rather than destroyed, basically.
Yep.
Yeah. So Rix was find and shoot it dead. Kane was find it and turn it off.
Yep.
And Walden's was...
Oh, I'll just find it, study it, and then determine the best course of action. Because we have such limited information.
Okay, so... You guys kind of already did find it. Like, it's coming from this location. You just don't know what's causing it. Because you guys had to break through the interference. So... We could do Rix's plan and just fire torpedo spread. That should probably work. We could try something engineering-wise. You guys can tell me what works best for you guys.
I think Kane and Walden are basically saying the same thing, like investigate further.
Okay. Just because the captain is basically reacting to you guys, and basically whoever gets the most votes is what he does. So I'm just making sure. Right. I am hesitant to fire weapons at this thing without identifying it first. Commander Walden, go with engineering. See what you can do about cutting through this effect. Maybe we could identify what it is.
Aye, sir. And he'll turn over to a relief personnel and head down.
So, yeah, Lieutenant Vari will take over as science posting for the time being.
Right. We'll just have you guys done engineering, figuring out what to do. Feel free to roleplay all the technobabble you want, and if once it makes sense, I'll give you a roll.
Commander Walden, good to see you down here.
How's everything going down here, Holden?
About the same as always, I assume. Hopefully, you've learned something at one of your conferences that we could bring to bear on the situation. He'll wink.
Yes, I have actually been doing a lot of study into the Badlands. It's a tough nut to crack. We really are still not sure what has formed this area of space and why it behaves so differently. The captain has sent me down here to assist in rather cracking this sensor interference we are experiencing.
All right, well, pull up a chair. Let's review what we have. And yeah, Kane will pull up the sensor readings. And then he'll launch into it. So what I'm thinking is, I would love your thoughts. We could consider jamming the jamming, right? So we could essentially create some sort of bubble potentially around our ship that would almost act as shielding to block the jamming signatures as they come in, and then prevent the interference. Your thoughts?
I like that idea. We could also perhaps use the main deflector to project a polarized signal that might overload the source of the disruption.
That is true. We could jam the jammer. I also wonder if we could establish a link to it. It would be interesting to, at the same time, gather as much information as we could on this new technique, and then also just potentially hack it and brick it, right? So not just protect our ship, and not just protect, build a measure that we could jam them with, but potentially also just shut this entire operation down, at least for a time being, protect any ship that came through.
I agree. We know so little about this. Really, we only have hunches on what might be originating this interference, so it's definitely worth investigating further just to gain as much information, especially since it's possible we'll be encountering this again.
I agree. So GM, are we close enough for like detailed sensor readings?
The issue is cutting through what's happening here. So I think you got all the information. It's really just how are you guys going to cut through the interference? And they're I think you guys get enough role play for me to make it make sense.
Okay, cool.
Because like once you negate the effects of this, then it's no longer an issue. It's just overcoming the trait, so to speak.
Gotcha.
If
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. So there's, well, I guess we'll overcome the jamming at first, and I think we're interested in trying to see if there's any other intelligence that we could gather on the device, in addition to that. But all right, cool. So yeah, I think we had two ideas: either build a bubble around the ship to essentially shield it from the jamming, or jam the device itself to prevent it from sending out a jamming signal.
Okay, so I'll let you know the outcomes of if you do either of them, because you guys are professionals. You know that. If you were to use the sensors to block the signal from getting to you, it would work, but you still wouldn't be able to identify what's causing it. But it would still allow you to. It would allow your sensors to function, just not be able to identify what's causing it, if that makes sense. The other way, I believe, is more directly associated with counteracting that. At least the way I see it.
Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like the option 2 would probably be the one to go with. And then maybe option 1 is kind of a fallback if 2 doesn't succeed.
So then you just gotta role play a way to actually do the thing.
So were we trying to decode the pattern, or the shield, or the deflector method?
Yeah, I think we're gonna attempt to jam the jammer, essentially, and then maybe have the shielding as a fallback option.
Perfect. I have deflector operations for focus.
All right, so you're going to try to use the deflector to jam the signal.
Yes.
Okay. So I believe this will be 2 rolls. First, you got to set it up, and then you got to fire the thing. So the first one will probably be an engineering. The second one will probably be a security type deal.
What's the roll to set it up?
I think the roll to set it up will probably just be a difficulty 2. The ship won't be able to assist because you're doing it to the ship.
So
So it'll be probably controller, daring, engineering, DF2. But then whoever's not doing the main role can assist.
You probably have better control engineering.
yeah, actually better daring engineering, surprisingly enough. Yeah. Do I have any focuses? Yeah, probably not. But yeah, I can take the first roll.
Oh, the other option though is, since we have 6 momentum, you can forego the roll and just give me 2 momentum, whichever way you guys wanted to do this.
Yeah, I mean, I'll roll for it. Take a threat.
I do enjoy threat. Thank you.
deflector operations for focus?
Yes. All right, you have a float. But you have successfully modified the deflector. So it just needs to be fired.
Can we use the float to create an advantage that we already pre-programmed the sequence to make it easier for the security officer?
Yeah, I'll take that for the float and one more momentum.
Sure.
All right. Your modifications are ready.
Well, Commander Walden, would you like to
So the advantage then will be that you routed the firing mechanism for the deflector pulse to the tactical system.
Gotcha.
So that you could use the ship's sensors, weapons for the assist for that, and it'll decrease the difficulty for him because he's using the ship's targeting stuff.
Well, Commander Walden, would you like to do the honors?
My pleasure. What's the security role then?
Well, it's probably going to be the security officer. I think it was meaning tell the captain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Engineering to bridge. We've completed our modifications to the deflector.
Very good. Once you're back up here, we'll commence firing.
And Walden will return to the bridge.
So Rick's after he called, you notice that on your tactical display, one of the pads was modified to show something with the deflector. Like something like a new program appeared on your screen to fire something with the deflector.
Okay, so I can assume that was from engineering.
Yes.
Captain, I have the modifications to the deflector on my screen ready to fire at your command.
Right, Walden. Everything's in order?
Yes, sir. Should be ready to go immediately.
All right, Lieutenant Ricks, if you have the coordinates, fire when ready.
Waiting deflector.
All right, this is going to be a controller daring with your security. I'm going to spend some threat to make this complication 2, however. And you'll be assisted with sensors security.
Okay. Complication 2. Difficulty 2, you said?
Yes.
I'll give you a threat and buy 2 dice for threat and momentum. So 1 threat and 2 momentum.
Yep.
2.
I believe you're at 3 momentum because I used 1 plus the float to make the advantage.
Oh, okay. So we would be down at 1.
At 3. No, you're at 3.
Okay.
Because they had a float plus 1 will put you at 5, and then
Okay.
you just went 2, so
Okay.
that's 3.
I don't think shipboard tactical systems wouldn't work here because the deflector
Yes.
isn't really. It
Ye-
would?
Yes, because they made the advantage to put it to your targeting systems.
Oh, okay. Cool. 4, 2, okay, let's go.
Just need sensors security.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's one float. And source security.
And then it's 2 dice gives it the sensors.
Yeah. That's 2
Right,
floating.
Yep. Okay. So, Lieutenant Rix, you fire the deflector pulse toward the interference. And as you're watching the sensors, the deflector pulse starts to cut through the interference. And on your sensors, you detect a Maquis fighter. And once you shoot the pulse, it starts moving away at full impulse.
Captain, Maquis fighter moving.
On screen.
Putting it on screen.
And it appears on screen, somewhere in the background. What's its posture?
Evasive, sir. I think it's moving away. I assume.
Yes, it is.
Taking evasive action.
It's moving away, though.
Yes, sir. Recommend pursuit course.
Well, we have 2 options here, crew. We could lay in a pursuit course and try to chase this Maquis fighter, or we could return to mission to search for our ships.
Captain, these are criminals. If we don't catch them now, we'll never be able to do it.
I understand that, Lieutenant. But we must remember our mission to locate those ships.
Have my recommendation, sir.
Commanders, what do you think?
They could be involved. A pursuit, I believe, is warranted.
Agreed, sir. Would be interesting to learn a bit more about their device.
Very well. Helm, set a pursuit course.
We'll attempt to lock on with the tractor beam once in range.
All right. So we're actually going to go into a new scene here. So you drop a momentum for that. All right. So the Artemis starts to lay in a pursuit course, and after several hours of trying to pursue the Maquis ship, because it is faster and more maneuverable than your ship, so it's easy. It starts to use some of the like the plasma storms and the plasma tornadoes and such to attempt to try to lose itself from your sensors. And so the ship starts this cat and mouse game of trying to find and get away, find and get away. And this goes on for several days, this little cat and mouse game. And After several days, the Artemis receives some things from sensors, and I'll actually send this to our security personnel.
Send a question just so I get some more information.
Is that part of your read the room, or is that a different?
Well, we'll see.
Okay, okay. Half of that I probably should have made you roll for, but it's fine.
Yeah, I can still roll for it.
I will use this as your read. Is it read the room? Hold on, let me see.
Read the room, yeah.
Yeah. It would be read the room. Nope, that's good.
Yep. Did you take away the momentum?
Not yet.
I'll do it. Come on. And where do we still have the Maquis ship on sensors at this point?
You probably have lost it at this point.
Okay.
You were following its last known path when you ran into this.
Okay.
I believe those are good answers.
Okay. Thank you. Captain, we seem to have lost the tracking of the Maquis ship. However, I am detecting a mine ahead. Recommend full stop.
Make it so, Helm.
I'm also
What do you got,
detecting. Well, it's a mine, sir. From my surface readings, I can see it's an anti-ship mine. Single, couple of meters in height. It seems to be cobbled together from several civilizations. Well, parts of civilization. I can detect Federation signatures: Cardassian, Romulan, Breen. I'm also detecting remnants of another ship, sir. It's right next to it.
Can you identify the ship?
Attempting to identify.
Give me insight, and we could go engineering or security. Assisted by the sensors. Yeah, sensor security works. Sensors engineering is probably going to be the one here.
Yeah.
To try to identify the ship.
I'll
We'll make this a difficulty with your trade at diff 0.
say again.
With your sensor probes, diff 0.
Okay. I'll just make a clean roll then. don't think I have any focuses that apply, so... So +2.
Yep, gain 2
On the
moments.
ship. Sensors engineering. But that's still also I roll 2 because of the talent for this one.
Yes. Yeah, so it'd be sensors engineering. And yeah, it'd be still the 2 because it's talent.
Ha.
2 float.
Good job, Artemis. Yes, sir, I can confirm its identity. It's another Maquis Raider, not the same one we've been following. It's older, and it seems to be dripped, or at least several systems are missing. It's likely this is a testing ground of these mines.
Seems like an unusual move for the Maquis.
I think we need to be very cautious if we are to disarm this, since it's, well, not the best mine I've ever seen. Not the best mine design I've ever seen.
I'll defer to your judgment, Rix. What do you think of the best course of action?
Well, sir, if we want to investigate further, I require some time to take some more scans, see what I can glance from its interior, and come up with a plan of disarmament from that. I don't believe we can shoot it and destroy it outright without destroying the Maquis Raider itself, if we want to investigate that further. But it will take some time.
Well, I believe the choice is yours, Lieutenant. We could follow, looks like Commander Kane's suggestion and just shoot the thing. Or we could take the time and let you figure out how to disarm this.
Well, if we want to know more and prevent these mines from being put into field effectively, I recommend we stay and find out as much as possible from this mine.
Get to work, Lieutenant, and pull whoever you need for this.
Yes, sir. Commanders Walden and Kane, I could require your assistance.
You got it, Lieutenant.
How can I help exactly?
Well, I'll need a scan of that mine, see how it's built, how it's designed, what triggers it, if we can avoid it, need as much information as you can give me.
I can try to run a detailed scan, at least as best as we can produce with all the interference.
Don't run too deep a scan, it might trigger it. Make it as passive as you can with getting as much information as possible.
Are we at a safe range?
Can I determine how big the explosion would be? Just
Give
from
me
the site?
insight. Give me insight security diff 1.
Site security. I do have focus in demolitions. I feel that perhaps
I
would
think,
apply.
I think that would apply here. Yeah.
Yeah. And if I'll take 1 momentum for dice. Hmm. 1, 2 floating.
All right. Judging by the damage done to the raider, this is it seems to be a very high yield weapon, possibly affecting a very good size, maybe 100,000 kilometers. So you feel it would be safest trying to scan this from long range.
Would have to move out some bit to stay safe. Captain, recommend us being at least 100,000 kilometers away from the mine while we investigate.
You heard him, Benson. Make it so.
Commander Wallen, please give me as much information as you can.
Yeah, so I'll run a high resolution scan
Okay.
of the mine.
All right. So this is going to be there's going to be a difficulty 2. This already has been adjusted for the probes. However, this is going to be a complication of 3.
Okay. Difficulty 3.
Diff 2 complication.
Div 2. You know what? I'll spend a momentum on this one. Or, yeah, I'll spend a momentum and 2. Threat and 2 momentum. There we go. Actually, no, I just want to spend 1 threat because we have the complication ranged up to 3. This will work out. Alright. Do I get any assists? From the ship, right?
Yes, the ship. Row.
It's a winks. Well, I can re-roll 1.
Oops.
And then we need 2 dice from the ship.
They got rid of the quashing complications, right?
They have, and the ship actually gave you a complication as well.
Oh shit, I forgot to shoot it.
So right now there are 2 complications. You succeeded, but there are 2 complications.
How much for disarming the mine?
The GM will not take them as threat, thank you. GM is using the complications.
I could do a full reroll, I guess.
So what exactly were you trying to find out about? Yeah,
yeah, I'll just take the complications, keep it interesting.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So what were you trying to find out about the ship before we handle the complications?
Yeah, mechanism, yield, origin. Yeah, I guess mostly mechanism, yield, and origin.
Okay, so you scan the mine, and you do notice that this seems to be a proximity mine, as you definitely detect advanced sensor equipment on board. So when something gets within its range, it'll arm and detonate. It is still very crudely put together, though, as it's trying to merge several different components from different species, and some of them may or may not talk well to each other. So you very much get the sense that this is a prototype. The yield is very high, obviously able to destroy a ship with a single mine. At least you get that impression that it is capable of doing such. Did I cover what you were trying to scan for?
Yeah. Is there?
And I know if you guys have questions, so.
Yeah, my question would be, is the construction techniques or like components used sort of align with Mach-E techniques or previous improvised devices of the Mach-E?
Yes, you believe so.
Okay.
I would want to know if the mine can be triggered by transporting.
Seems likely.
Mm-hmm.
Would the mine be triggered by a very small vessel, or is it tuned into like just like a certain signature, a larger vessel?
The sensors in it do seem to be sensitive, so yes, it could be triggered by a smaller vessel as well. So those were 3 questions. I believe you had a float, so you guys are down to 4 momentum. If you wanted to ask anything else.
Nope, that's it for me.
There was something. What was it? Can I detect some kind of IFF on it? Does it have a recognition system of friendly or hostile vessels?
This one does not.
Okay, so this one is going to be tough.
Any other questions? Because we have 2 complications.
No, I think I'm good there.
Okay. As Walden is scanning and is trying to continue the scan, you notice that something seems to have been activated within the mine, and it is starting to activate and to charge its blast.
Okay, we need to act fast. Commanders, do you know of any way to blind the sensors of this thing? Gases, radiation, any deflector pulses?
Perhaps we could fire off a sacrificial probe modified to emit the signature, a stronger signature.
Wait, so just so I'm clear, is the mine currently triggered and building to blow up, or is it?
Yes, it is.
We're at a safe range, though, right?
Yeah, but I
Currently,
wanna.
yes.
I'm still on a track to disarm it. Could we modify the deflector to emit some kind of pulse that could temporarily blind its sensors?
We could try, Lieutenant. However, there's no guarantee that the mine won't continue to trigger. We could blind it, but it could still go off.
Well, it's going to go off. Question is if I can get over there to disarm it before it goes off. And to do that, I need to blind its sensors to be able to get close.
GM, could Kane, I don't know, tell from the signature readings how close the mine is to exploding?
Mechanically, I'll put it like this. I am going to roll a dice after every one of your tasks. If I hit a certain number, it will explode.
Okay, so like a D20, and if it's 18 or above, it'll explode?
It'll probably be kind of like how untapped potential works. Like, I'm going to take whatever attribute you rolled, and I'm going to roll the dice against that. And if it is under your attribute, then it'll explode. So if you roll like a 12, I just have to get a 12 or less. Since there's no challenge dice anymore. Actually, hold on. There is a mechanic. I gotta figure out. Because there is a warp core bridge, and I probably should be using that mechanic. Hold on.
Yeah, guys, while he's looking that up, seems really dangerous if the yield is big enough to take a large ship out.
Well, the alternative is to simply let it explode.
Would that still take the Maquis fighter with it?
Yeah,
definitely.
Yep. Okay, so it's if I roll higher than the ship's engineering rating. So it's even more likely that this thing's going to explode. I forgot how deadly ship combat is now. So it's whatever the engineering score is on the mine, and it's probably not going to be much. It's probably going to be like a 3. So if I roll anything higher than a 3, it blows up.
Okay, let's think in another way. Could we emit a reverse tractor beam, push the mine and the Maquis Raider away from each other? I say
What is the range of the tractor beam?
I have no idea.
Close range for tractor beams.
So that's the range you'd have to be in.
This
And
isn't tractoring though. This is emitting a pulse wave, basically. So if we could just boost that.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. So you're thinking deflector pulse.
Yeah,
try
it's
to push.
basically a tractor beam, but the reverse. Like I think Wesley did in one episode, where he's pushing the target away rather than tractoring it in.
And we're currently at far range or
Yeah, long range.
long range. Okay. Kane will say.
Maybe we could take the ship a little bit closer without taking it off and emit the pulse and then get out again.
Kane will mention we could. My team could also try to hack it here at a distance to try to disengage the trigger mechanism. It's very unlikely.
Any hacking attempt would be at a remote tracking rate, would probably trigger it.
It's already triggered, Lieutenant.
Well, make it explode immediately then.
Fair enough.
Are we within transport range? Can we transport all of the occupants of the Maquis Raider on board?
I don't think there are any occupants there. Because it was derelict, right? When I scanned it?
Correct. It is a derelict ship.
Yeah.
To put this into terms you would understand, Casey, this is basically a dummy ship.
Right. Well, Walden's opinion would be to not risk the ship so blatantly just for information. So he would recommend staying at range.
I respectfully disagree, but we'll see.
Okay, so there's two ideas, right? There's trying to hack it to disable it from range, and then there's the getting close, push it away from the Maquis Raider.
Yeah.
Okay. If we were to go the hacking range, it would be difficult because you're trying to hack over long range, but it is possible, just really difficult. If you were to try to do the pushing, you would have to get the ship within close range and then use the tractor beam to push it away. It is possible, and I would use ship combat rules for that.
My question to the other players is, what do we hope to gain from the bomb, or like the derelict raider? Because it was clearly a trap.
No, it's a prototype.
That we've avoided.
It's a prototype that they're hoping to implement.
So I might be missing context from some of the other sessions.
No. This is all self-contained.
Mm-hmm. It's the jamming prototype.
Oh yeah, the jamming signal.
Mm-hmm.
And it was originating from this mine?
No, that was from the ship we were pursuing. But it's possible. It's recovering the mine to get to know more about it, so we could perhaps find counters to it. And then there's also the secondary getting hold of that Marquis radar, which might have some insights into the jamming technology. So there's two rewards here if we succeed. Possible rewards.
Okay, yeah, I missed the detail about the just that there was or the sensor jamming was originating from that ship.
Yeah, it was from the ship that we were pursuing, but that we've lost that one. But this is another ship, and it could possibly have some of that jamming tech on it. It's not sure, but it could also provide other information on the Marquis that we might find useful. We don't know.
Well, considering we don't have any guarantee that there is information, yeah, Walden would support the safe plan. Because we can always pursue another lead.
Kane agrees with that, right?
So Walden's for the safe plan. Rix is...
Oh, wait, Walden. I'm sorry. Oh, no, Kane, yeah.
Yeah, so Walden's for the safe plan. Rix is for moving in to push the mine out of...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta go for the safe plan. So, unfortunately, without a guarantee that we're gonna get the information that we need, yeah, it's a lot of risk.
All right, the captain will speak up. I think I don't want to risk the ship just yet. We still have a mission to pursue. And I think the risk of what we might gain far outweighs it. Commander Kane, try to disable that from here.
Understood, Captain.
Walden will say, I'm heading down to engineering to assist, sir, with your permission.
Do it.
And he will...
Ensign, be ready to get us out of here in case that thing blows.
My hand isn't left the button, sir.
Lieutenant Rix, shields at full power.
Yes, sir.
And for the engineering role, this is going to be a difficulty 5. And I'm definitely cranking up some complications here. Diff 5, Comp 3.
Alrighty.
The assist will be communications engineering, because you're trying to hack over a distance.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, let's review this real quick. So daring engineering, reason engineering?
This will be controller daring, and I'm leaning more toward daring.
Gotcha. Okay. So daring engineering, will you take computer systems for a focus?
Yeah, I will.
Awesome. All right.
Because ultimately you're trying to hack it to shut it down, so.
Cool. Yeah, I just don't know.
Will the assist be the same role?
Yes.
Control or daring?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a talent to
Oh yeah,
apply.
actually, now that I remember it, we get one momentum because Holden failed the roll before.
I didn't fail it, I succeeded it with complication.
Okay, never mind that.
Yeah, that's why you're able to ask all those questions.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, the ship hasn't failed anything.
No.
So yeah, determination against mission directive.
It's part of the mission directive, though.
Yeah, I don't know if mission directive would be a thing here.
Okay.
Because mission directive is prime directive, obviously, and then the second one would be to locate the missing ships.
Gotcha. Okay. What about act with confidence, even if you don't feel confident, because he is definitely not sure. He can
I'll
actually do it.
probably take that.
Okay. Awesome. So remind me in 2E, that's 2 more dice?
In 2E, when you buy determination, it only replaces one of the dice you buy.
Gotcha, but it's automatic 2 successes.
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
So without buying any dice, it would replace one of the 2 you currently have.
Gotcha. Okay. So 1 threats, bold engineering, and then 2 momentum. So rolling 4 dice total, and then one of those.
So you're actually rolling 3.
Yeah, with an automatic success.
So yeah, on your sheet, put 3 dice and then click on determination,
Gotcha.
and then it'll add the 4th dice in.
Gotcha. Awesome. Alrighty, here goes nothing. Hey, got it. Oh wait, no.
And then so we need Walden's assist and then the ship assist.
What was the complication range at?
Oh,
it
is 3, so there is a complication.
There's 2, right?
Right now there's just 1. It'd be 18 or above.
Okay.
Gotcha. I did use thread, so I could try to reroll.
Yeah. I'm just waiting until all the dice come in and before we decide rerolls.
Okay.
We just need the ship.
And then that was communications engineering, and that's 1 die or 2 dice?
Just 1 on this one.
Awesome.
Okay. So now there's 5 successes with your reroll, so you might want to reroll that complication.
Got it.
It's not into a complication, and it's actually into a success. So you gain a momentum. All right, so on board the bridge, Rix, you're keeping your eye on the mine, and you notice it's starting to power up, getting just to the point of exploding when all of a sudden it just shuts off.
That's
Engineering
out.
bridge.
Go ahead.
How's it looking, Rex?
Cutting it close, Commander.
That's how we do it down here in engineering.
Doesn't seem like a very good method.
Gotta keep things fun, Lieutenant. She's all yours.
Captain, permission to take the mining to Shuttle Bay for further inspection.
Mission granted.
Helm, take us into tractor range.
All right, I'll just hand away some stuff here. You're able to successfully bring it aboard. We'll come back to the mine stuff. But for now, we're going to head back to the Sonia crew. I probably should have set all this up prior to moving over here, because tokens weird move when you're trying to move them from scene to scene. All right. Several days pass aboard the ship. Here, and it's finally the day to rendezvous with the ship's mysterious buyer. If I could find where all my stuff is. And you're eagerly awaiting his appearance when this gentleman walks.
Here, Snickers. I should have known. It's been a while.
Yes, very long time. What brings you aboard this piece of ship?
Changing up occupation.
I'd say this is quite the downgrade, if you ask me.
Well, striking a superior officer kind of does that.
Huh. Perhaps you'll have to tell me about it sometime.
I ain't all the time in the world now.
If I wasn't in such a time crunch, maybe I'd listen to it. But Captain Yuri, the supplies ready to be transported. Yes, Captain. We're all ready to go on our end. Car, if you'll begin transferring. Yes. Guess my work is never done. Well, it should be a few hours before we're unloaded. I'll make sure the crew's working. Well, in all the places in the galaxy, I'd never expect to see you here.
Kinda change an occupation for yourself, too. So, are you working with the Maquis or for the Maquis? Or are you part of them?
Oh, I got out of the intelligence game a long time ago. And I don't know, just something about these Maquis really spoke to me.
Well, the treaty is kinda, yeah, one-sided. And if unfair to the people. They're affected.
Speaking of
Can't blame 'em.
small, of course, Speaking of small galaxy and all that, rumor has it you smacked your superior officer?
Yeah. Interesting how you heard about that.
Like I said, it's a small galaxy. I haven't given up all my ties to Starfleet intelligence. Word gets around, you understand.
Yeah, it does. So
So I
what's
guess
next
that
for
would be
you?
the. Oh, go ahead.
Just asked the question now, so what's next for you?
Get these supplies back, then work on the next mission. I guess it's not too dissimilar than what I used to do. I guess the real question is, what's next for you?
To be honest, I'm not sure yet. It's a big galaxy.
Guess the real question is, are you out of the game as well?
I tried to leave it long ago. Did succeed, and then, well, you say, my new commanding officer, struck a few chords. So I resigned. Felt it wasn't worth it anymore. I'm sure with your connections, you're aware what happened in my past.
Yeah, I've heard a thing or two. I mean, you'd have to excuse me for being just the least bit suspicious. It's not every day you meet an ex Starfleet intelligence officer on the very ship where there's not supposed to be any.
Yeah, I totally get that. Keep in mind, I haven't been surfing intelligence for, well, almost a couple years now.
But do you really leave? We all keep contacts, we all keep abreast of what's going on.
Well, obviously, I didn't know you were coming here, so that shows that I don't know anything.
And at the very least, your story seems to check out.
Well, I don't really have anything going on. Uh, I don't know about the pay here. Apparently, I lost all of my platinum in a gambling game on board the ship, so I am in need of some financial compensation, at least work. But not happen to know a place where I can get a job.
I might know of a place or two. All depends on a couple of things, of course.
Like what?
Rumor has it a few Starfleet ships have entered the Badlands. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
My understanding that well, at least when I left, the staying order was search and rescue of 2 missing ships.
You wouldn't happen to know the last locations of these ships. Just to make sure that we stay far enough away from those ships.
I knew where the Artemis EB was going to be at for their search grid starting procedure. After that, I don't know where they wicked. Be more than happy to tell you the details on that.
If you could tell me that information, there might be a place for you within aboard my ship.
Sure. And she hands over the coordinates. Though I assume, given how long it's been, they're long gone from there. Probably doing a standard search grid.
So far, this checks out. Well, I would say welcome aboard.
The real question is how much you can
Unless
pay
you
me.
wanted to. I guess that all depends. This information's rather valuable. I don't know. How's 5 strips a week sound?
Sounds like a start.
Of course, there's always incentives. Give us more information about your ship, its crew, the captain. I'm sure we can find some incentives and bonus pay in this as well.
It depends. To be honest, there are people on there I do care about and or you want to see any harm come to them.
I'm not asking you to give us the command codes. I'm not asking you to tell us where the best place to blow up the ship is.
Unless suppose my command codes are probably changed. Standard ship procedure.
Of course, of course. But a detailed dossier on who we're dealing with.
Well, you captain's Captain Samuel Nolan. You've probably heard of him.
Yes, the captain you smacked. Do you understand you have quite a bit of history with him?
And I understand the smack.
Well, I think this will be a good arrangement for now.
I don't think I really have to do a read on him, but no, that he doesn't trust me. So,
Yeah, definitely.
uh, hi, boss. Quite the way.
All right, well, I guess gather your personal effects, whatever that means any more these days.
Yeah. Like you, I'm used to packing light, so.
Say I give you a proper introduction then.
Looking forward to meeting the team.
See you on board. And he'll leave you in the cargo bay as he goes to oversee the cargo transport.
She's gonna head towards her cabin and pack her things. And then say thank you to the captain for allowing her to be on board.
All right. We will head back to the Artemis, as I couldn't remember the name for a minute. I'm going to deal with all the mine stuff next week because I think that'd be a cool episode to build around. So we are going to enter the final scene here. Yeah. So I'll just say that the mine is going to take a bit to learn about and study and stuff. So a few days after you find the mine, we're going to call this day 14 of your search. Rick's at your console. You are receiving an automated Cardassian distress signal, giving an urgent plea for assistance. They are under attack.
I relay this information to Captain Nolan.
If there is a ship in distress out here, we should help it. But keep those shields up. I don't trust this.
Agreed, sir.
Helm, set a course.
Aye, Captain.
I mean, that was an option, I guess. All right. Speed of plot. You'll reach the area of. You get to within long range of the distress signal. All right, team. What's out there?
Guessing Walden will do that scan.
Yep. Initiating sensor sweep.
This will probably just be a difficulty 0.
Sure, let's get some momentum.
At the
Take
end
a
of
thread.
the session, so.
One of those should be a crit. I forgot to add my sensor ups focus, so 3 successes.
Okay. Just need the ship.
Damaged ship.
Complication.
It was doing so well up until now.
Hey, eventually the dice had to turn my way.
At the end of the session, yeah.
Okay, so you scan the area, and you do not find any Cardassian ships in the area. But you are still reading the distress call.
Sir, there's no signs of Cardassian vessels here. It might be a trap.
Is there anything else out there?
Can I try to punch through the interference and do like a broad scan for vessels or a source of the signal?
Yeah. Give me a difficulty 3 task.
I think Rix is just gonna mutter to himself, they're testing us.
It's the end of the session. Would you take a determination spend on living in fear isn't living at all?
Yeah, sure.
So that's 2. And then I will spend a momentum and a threat for a 4th dice. Technically.
So the way determination works is very different from than how 1E works. You still have to buy the dice, so it's no longer free.
It's just guaranteed success.
Yeah.
You're giving up one of your dice, so it rolls an automatic
Okay.
one.
Then I'm spending a threat, and I'm going to roll 3 dice, and one of them will be an automatic success, and I'll have 1 reroll with bold signs.
Yeah, so just set the dice pool to 2, and then click determination used on that little dice roller thing.
Okay, run test, sensor operations, yes. I believe. Okay. So plus.
So because you only bought 1 dice, so the last one won't count. So it'll be 3 successes. Because you only bought 1 dice, because the determination replaces one of them. So I just took the first 2.
Yeah, so the determination would be the 3rd one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got
Yeah, that's what I was intending.
Yeah. Okay. So then just need the ship sensor science. 2 dice there.
Yep.
All right. You use every trick that you know that you've been using to try to puncture whatever interference might be there, trying to get the best read through the Badlands. And on your sensors, you see several Maquis ships positioned around the distress call signal. However, they are starting to move away once they notice that it was your ship.
Like scurrying away or coming toward us?
Scurrying away, like retreating, fleeing.
Captain, I detect several Maquis ships around the source of the distress signal. It looks like they are maneuvering away now. Perhaps we are not the intended prey of this trap. I don't think they were expecting a Starfleet cruiser.
Captain, I'm receiving a communique. Starfleet Command.
And I'm going to post this in Discord. It is not an audio message. It is a official orders. Maybe I should read it for the stream.
Yeah.
Priority transmission from Admiral Gibson, Starfleet Command, to all Starfleet vessels engaged in search operations in the Badlands. Stardate 48363.0. Subject: termination of search operations for missing vessels. Effective immediately, Starfleet Command has made the difficult decision to terminate all ongoing search and recovery operations for the missing vessels in the Badlands sector. Despite the commendable efforts of all crews involved, the escalating situation with the Maquis and rising tensions along the Cardassian border necessitate a reallocation of our resources. Directive: cease search operations. All ships currently engaged in the search are ordered to stand down and cease operations immediately. Return to assigned missions. All vessels are to return to their previous assignments or proceed to designated rendezvous points for new orders. Specific instructions will be provided by your respective fleet commanders. Intelligence debriefing. Commanding officers are to compile and transmit all data gathered during the search of Starfleet intelligence for further analysis. This includes sensor logs, communication records, and any other relevant findings. Operational security. Maintain operational security regarding the cessation of the search. Public statements are to be referred to Starfleet Public Affairs. Any inquiries from non-Starfleet entities are to be directed to Command for response. Final note. The decision to end the search was not made lightly. The sacrifices made and the efforts undertaken by all crews involved are recognized and deeply appreciated by Starfleet Command. We understand the disappointment this directive may bring, but the security of the Federation and the stability of our borders must take precedence at this time. We trust in your continued dedication and professionalism as we navigate these challenging times together. Admiral Gibson, Starfleet Command. The captain will speak up. So they're giving us orders to leave, basically.
Given what we found already during this search, I can't say I'm surprised. Even though giving up on fellow crewmates is hard.
Blasted Starfleet Command. Their dedication to putting their head in the sand will never cease to amaze me.
Rix, have we verified this message?
The mayor verified.
Oh yeah, it's definitely with the Admiral's Starfleet command codes. It's definitely legitimate.
It's authorized and verified. It's definitely from Starfleet Command.
If you ask me, crew, there's something going on here. There's definitely something going on here.
If the Maquis are escalating, even deploying mines, that's gonna cause... Well, I can only imagine what the Cardassian response will be once they find out the Maquis has been experimenting with minefields. Won't be good for the Maquis, it won't be good for any of Federation citizens near the Cardassian border.
I agree with that.
Do we have orders, sir?
I believe that there's something deeper going on here, and I think we are in the best position to get to the bottom of it. I understand that this is going directly against the orders of Starfleet Command. But Lieutenant, if what you're saying is correct, this could blow out into a full-scale war if we do nothing.
Read.
If there's no objections from anyone here, Ensign, pursue those ships.
With pleasure, sir.
And I think with that, we will call this the end of